Hey, welcome to the channel. So if your finances feel chaotic and unpredictable, a budget can obviously help with that. So I do things a little bit differently than most. Stick along till the end. I think you'll see how it all ties together, and I think it'll work for you. Let's take a look. The first thing I want to call out is that this is a 2-week budget rather than a monthly budget. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of our monthly expenses, we're going to chop them in two, and we're going to create a 2-week budget. So the other thing that I want to call out is I have this spreadsheet available to you. It's a Google Sheet, which is completely free. I'll never sell you anything. I'll never try to get you into a course. None of that stuff. So the Google Sheet is in the description below if you want to take a look. Otherwise, you will be able to apply these same thoughts and principles to any investing app that you want to use. So the last thing I want to show you before we get into filling this out is what I do is I correlate all of my expenses to sub-accounts on my banking app. What I do for each of these expenses that I have or each of these things that I want to set aside for, I have a corresponding sub-account on my online banking so that I can tie these one to one. So fill out column A with any of the expenses that you have. What I want you to do is be very, very thoughtful about this, right? So a lot of our expenses are really easy to remember. Our mortgage, car payments and insurance that goes with it. If you have hobbies or if you have kids that are in sports, things like that, maybe there's some corresponding expenses there. Think of the things that aren't as common. Pet supplies, you probably have to buy a bag of dog food every month, or you have vet bills that you want to set aside for. There's maintenance for your car, there's maintenance for your home, TV subscriptions. Anything and everything that you can think of. Go through your last year's worth of bank statements or credit card statements and see what you spent money on. We're going to categorize these so that when they come up in the future, they're not a surprise anymore. Almost everything is predictable. It's just they're not at the front of our mind all the time. But then they come up and boom, we have to come up with the money. So let's make it predictable. So once you go through your list and you figure out all of the different categories and different expenses that you have, put them all into column A. These can be updated to whatever you like. Or again, if you're using a different budgeting app, just add all of these in there. As many as you have, as many as you can think of, it doesn't matter. Again, the more details you can be, the better this is going to be on the other side and the more predictable that money is going to be for you. So at the bottom here, you need to fill out how much your paycheck is every 2 weeks. And hopefully you have two incomes working together. Fill out both of the incomes. If you only have one, just change the second one to 0. That's all. All right, so once you have your list filled out and your incomes filled out, what we want to do is, again, figure out how much each of these expense items are going to be every 2 weeks. So gather up all your bills, figure out what they all are. You've already got them filled out on the left-hand side here. In column B, take whatever that monthly bill is and cut it in 2. So divide by 2. So if you want to set aside $100 a month for your emergency fund, like on line 2 here, simply put in $50. That's half of 100. And then you can see every month it's 100. Your yearly total is $1,300. If you're wondering why, it's because there's 26 2-week pay periods in a year, not 24. So you end up with an extra month's pay. Roth IRA, if you want to put aside for that, same thing. $50, that means it's $100 every month. And just go right on down the line. If your son's hockey is going to cost $25, it'll be $50. So as you fill this out, columns D and E are also going to update. It's going to give you your yearly total and the percentage of income that you've put towards it. This can be really eye-opening. You might realize that something that you've been paying for is way bigger of a piece of your income than you thought. And then, of course, can take action accordingly. As you fill this out also, down here, the total is $3,050. That's the total of all of these fields, and that needs to match the total of your two income fields down here, right? You have $3,050 coming in every 2 weeks, so these two fields have to match. So as you go through this, that's just telling you, okay, you're either over or you're under. Right now we're dead even, and you can see that down here. So if you are over, it will stay red, and if you're under, it will be green, meaning you have $50 left. Great news, right? If you're over, okay, so you've realized you're $50 short every 2 weeks or $100 a month. The worst thing you can do right now is panic or ignore it. If this number's way off, if you realize that you are $500, $1,000 short every 2 weeks, you can't panic here. This is the scary part, and you have to take action, okay? Ignoring this is the worst thing you can do. What's going to happen is the issue is going to compound, right? If you don't take action and you don't try to take accountability for it, this is only going to get worse. So however negative you have here, that's how much you're going to be bleeding every 2 weeks. So again, that's going to add up over and over and over again until you figure it out. So there's only 2 ways to fix this, right guys? You either have to earn more money or you have to cut expenses. And if you can't cut any more expenses, that leaves you with only one option, and that's earn more. So you have to use a budget, guys. You have to keep it straight. Having a budget is the key to financial peace and the cornerstone of any other financial moves that you want to make. If you want to invest in the future, do any other long-term planning, you absolutely have to have a budget. So again, the whole idea here is to set this money aside every 2 weeks so that when the bill rolls around, it will already be set aside. It's predictable. It's removed the level of stress. You don't have to scramble to find that money. So make sure that you're correlating all of these line items with the sub-accounts that are in your online banking. Like anything else, guys, you have to actually do this and be consistent. If you only do this every so often, it's not going to help. You have to be consistent with this, guys, and you have to follow it. Nothing is going to change if you don't actually follow it, right? Doesn't matter how good the budget, what the strategy is, it doesn't matter if you don't follow it. Go on your online banking, create these sub-accounts. If your bank doesn't offer that, I think I'd be pretty surprised if that's the case in 2025. But if it is, maybe take a look around. It's really easy. You can see, guys, right here. This is my online banking. I have all of these accounts set up. Electric bill rolls in, or when I need to go get groceries, the money's already there. It's almost like it was already taken out of my paycheck, right? If you do it this way, you can use whatever's left over. Hopefully there is something left over in your check and do whatever you want. You're well prepared. Things are predictable. And the stress is just gone, right? You don't have to stress about money anymore. I hope this brought value to you. If it did, I would really appreciate a like. If you have a question, please comment below. I would be more than happy to help you. Until next time, take care, guys.